Hey, welcome to Ice Age TV, and what are we doing today with this Ford F-250 Super Duty Platinum 6.7 liter diesel Power Stroke truck, right? So what are you doing today? Follow me along as I share with you another day of adventures here on Ice Age TV. So we jump up in this truck. I don't like this. I wish this thing had electronic steps. Think about this. For the amount of money I spent for this truck, they can't put the electronic step. They had an F-350 there when I bought this same truck, being it's an F-250, and it had the disappearing step that comes down. Use that extra leverage to get up in this big-ass truck. Yeah. Oh, quit complaining, would you? Yeah, so why am I driving F-250, which I don't drive this truck a lot. It's just a lot of truck. I really bought it for more of the towing capability, but if you're kind of looking around my truck, you're like, yeah, what's he doing, right? Look at that rose bush. I put that thing years ago, and that thing's come to life. It's a really nice bush, so thorny as heck, if anybody knows those stories. Yeah, plant it next to your house. Yeah, see how that all plays out, right? As you try to work on your house, who has those stories? Just a beautiful day up here. 69 degrees out. We went from being just incredibly hot and humid to just a beautiful spring going into summer. Hard to believe, summer's right around the corner here. And now I'm in traffic here on my own damn back roads. How many times you leave your house and you forget something, you got to turn around and come back? Oh my gosh, you have no idea how many times in my career of running down the roads in my big F-250 truck. But I tell you, yesterday was the green agenda conversations. And, anymore after having this Ford Mustang Mach-E GT, PPE, it's really hard to get motivated to drive the gas guzzlers with the prices of fuel. Especially this diesel truck. Oh my gosh. What's diesel fuel? $6 a gallon now? So, to get behind the wheel of this truck and drive around, it's hard to get motivated because of the price of fuel, which, who doesn't know that story? So for me, it's all about jumping in my Mach-E. And, I drove my Bronco last week just because it's so much fun. That vehicle is just so much fun to drive that. It's dangerous. Now, even for me, what's even more dangerous is to get my F-150 Lightning truck, which I've talked about here and there. And, it's, if I get that F-150 Lightning truck and it's just like a blast, and the reviews are giving it a really good review so far, what plays out with my F-150 Tremor truck, which that really is just the nicest half-ton truck I've bought. It is so nice. I was saying to one of my somebody weighed in on comments on that conversation a few nights ago when daughter's cleaning her Mustang up for the car show. And I got to thinking, hell, if I had any brains, I'll sell a Mustang. Why do you need 4 Mustangs, right? Really, why do you need 4 Mustangs? And I'm sure some people would be like, yeah, so you're going to give up your nice F-150 Tremor truck and you're going to keep all your Mustangs? Why the hell you get rid of your Mustangs? Yeah, okay, well, I don't disagree, but here's the challenge with that. I've got a nice Shelby collection right now. I've got a GT350, a GT500, and then I've got my Mach 1. Then I just bought the kid. It's more about the kid for the GT50. Oh, life is so difficult for me, right? But I tell you what, this is something I just don't talk a lot about. But oh my God, here my business is back to the pandemic challenges. Last year I sold a lot of vehicles. I got rid of a lot of vehicles because the financial hardships really hit me bad for the industry that I'm in. And I got to tell you what, the challenges have kind of come back again. This high-priced gasoline is having a huge impact, and the remote working from home, people not being out and about, that's having a huge impact. There's a lot of businesses right now that are really starting to get hit, and I really think, unfortunately, we're getting ready to see some really sad stories as time progresses. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I say it all the time. Nothing comes from me seeing somebody else go through challenges in life. I mean, I'm not some rich-ass guy that has all his money sitting around when your house goes to foreclosure. I'm the guy at the, courthouse steps going, I just bought your house. I mean, that's not my story, and that's not who I am. But at the same time, for me, it's like, good Lord, man, this, the industry that I'm in is getting hurt, and as many other industries are getting hurt. So is it time to downsize again? Oh my gosh, man, it just makes me cringe thinking about how, you may have to, kind of start shedding things again, which, no pity for me. I get it. Have me watch my channel and be like, yeah, dude, you've bought how many vehicles since January? Yeah, I know. So, but anyways, kind of getting back to this diesel truck I'm driving today, it's a great truck. If you watch any of my tow videos, it's just a really fabulous vehicle. But at the same time, it's an expensive vehicle, and it's a very expensive vehicle to drive up and down the road now because of all the energy and amount of, what's the fuel mileage of this thing? I haven't even looked. Let's check that out. Let's see here. Fuel economy, 13. I mean, think about that. 13? And everybody says these things get 18. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset it right now because I'm not pulling my trailer. And that fuel economy there could be somewhat of my trailer tow capability. But for me, I've never seen great fuel economy in these diesel trucks with all the emissions on them. I mean, it's an argument. I get an argument with guys that have diesel trucks. Like, oh, no, mine gets 18, 20 miles a gallon. Like, your newer Cummins truck with all the emissions on it gets you that type of economy? I mean, I guess if you drive 40 miles an hour down the road all day, or I don't know. I mean, these newer diesel trucks, you're talking 10, 15 years ago before the last time I had respectable fuel mileage out of a diesel truck. And I've had the Chevy Duramax, I've had all the diesel Cummins, and I've got the Ford Power Stroke. And sorry, I don't see any 20 miles per gallon on the trucks that I drive. Yeah, I guess I'm too heavy on the gas diesel pedal, right? So, once again, it's I don't believe it. So, anyway, so today, what are we doing with the F-250? Well, I think I'm going to take a ride over to my buddies at LA Tint and tint out the windows, even though, this truck is kind of pretty dark. But I really just do like that tinted window because it just takes the heat out of when you're driving down the road on your arm or, whatever it may be, and gives you a little bit more privacy. So, it's something I haven't really thought about is, so I do a tint across the front windshield. And I'd kind of be curious about that. What would they do? So maybe I'll check that out as well. I talk about the challenges that are, I think, among a lot of us in today's economy. And this is a road that is, a very busy road, but it's not what it used to be. And I talk about this a lot as well, that when I ride around all day in my vehicles, I do not see the traffic. I do not see the traffic that I used to see. One part of me is like, yeah, hell yeah, because it's not the aggravation of being in the stop and go traffic all day. But at the same time, it's a reflection of the change of our country where people are not out and about like they used to be, which that has a huge impact on a lot of businesses. People don't realize there's just so many small businesses that, rely on people being out and about to make a living. And, if somebody watched my video, be like, well, you got a decent amount of traffic. Yeah, I'm not saying there's not traffic in the general area that I live in, but it's not the crazy, stupid traffic where you're in stop and go traffic and you're just in really heavy, heavy traffic, all day. And I've been around this, DC, Virginia, Maryland area's traffic since 1985. For me, I've been living behind the wheel of a vehicle since 1985. I mean, that's when I started my career of literally driving vehicles around to make a living. And the first phase of my life was driving in the oil industry, a driver of maintenance and servicing equipment to eventually driving the big tanker trucks. And so since 1985, I've been doing the same thing. And here it is 2022. And I've lived on the road for my career between sales and building my businesses. And it's just crazy on how you go back to like 2004, 5, 6. I was literally going a whole different direction in my career to be in a establishment, retail business, lawn and garden equipment business. And I went that direction because I was just so sick of the traffic. I mean, this area back in 2004, 5, 6, 7, into the 8 was just crazy on the building and amount of people moving here. And the roads were just bad. I mean, you had a window of getting out on the roads from about 10 a.m. in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, to about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon. And in between, but from 6, 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning, just gridlock traffic to get on this road I just showed you. Gridlock. And then coming back in the afternoon, after like 2:30, 3 o'clock, it was over. I mean, to the point, I literally wanted to get out of living on the roads to make a career and make a living, that I started my own lawn and garden equipment dealership back in 2007 just to get away from the traffic, never knowing the economy's going to go broke, beyond broke. Nobody's going to be telling you that, hey, everybody's in dire, straits and everything's going south. People will not raise their hand and tell you their dirty secrets. It does not happen. So you're not really cognizant of what your neighbor's in deep trouble. You don't know that. You don't know it until it actually happens. So, the point is, for me, I witnessed this area in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area just being overwhelmed with traffic and growth, where all of a sudden in the fall of 2007, the lights turned off. And how do I know that? It's because I was in a business relying on people coming to my business to help me make a living. And those people all disappeared. And that was just the beginning phase of things starting to change. So now you fast forward to 2022, and the dynamics have changed because of technology. But the roads are nothing like they used to be. Even 2019. You go to 2019, the roads were, back to that 2004, 5, 6 craziness of the roads are just packed all day long. And when the pandemic set in, as we all know, that all disappeared. Well, now that the pandemic's over, I'm on the roads day in, day out. I'm in these roads day in, day out, and this is light. I mean, this is extremely light. And people are like, yeah, but there's cars on the road. Yeah, but you don't understand. It used to be just bumper to bumper cars. So, what's going on? And I know what's going on. What's going on is, number one, I just mentioned it. You have remote working in this DC, Maryland area. So there's a third of the people I would be willing to estimate that are no longer driving to work. And then you have a lot of people that usually drive around that aren't driving around because of fuel prices. I mean, I know there's so many stories of retired people that just drive around to go do something, have something to do. I mean, you may think I'm making that up. It isn't criticism, but it's the facts. But those fixed income people are now like, no, I'm not driving around. I can't afford it. So I'm staying home. I'm not going up to store to just buy something piddly. So there's a lot of things changing in this country right now as I'm videoing this. And let someone be like, yeah, but now you've got a car channel. What's this all about? Well, yeah, I've got a car channel. And what I'm trying to say to you is, even for me as an individual driving a really nice diesel badass truck, even for me, I'm like, no way, man. I'm not driving this truck unless I really have to use it. And so you'd be like, well, what the hell is that? Well, what are you driving for today, right? Well, it's because I'm going to go get my windows tinted out, and I figure I better take advantage of that today, because here in another week or so, I'm be getting the heck out of town. It's hard to believe, but oh my gosh, my kid's getting ready to graduate from high school next week. And then the following week, it's all packing up the truck and trailers and go have fun in Tennessee. That'll be my next, adventure. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my windows tinted out on my new F-250 that I bought back in February, and I just never have done that. And then, it'll be Florida time as well. But holy crap. Think about the expenses of driving down the road in this truck and trailer. You go have fun. Everything everybody knows, So that's why I'm talking about this. I'm just bringing up that, hey, the times of change are upon us. And I talked about that yesterday in yesterday's Sunday morning conversations about you kind of have to scratch your head that why energy is so expensive when there's so many people now that aren't using energy. Where's that conversation, everybody? Where, hey, Mr. Oil Companies, I know for a fact that you guys aren't selling as much fuel as you used to. Well, supply and demand usually is kind of the opposite, meaning if your supplies aren't being used up like they used to be, and the demand isn't being used up like they used to be, then shouldn't your pricing reflect that? Usually isn't when you have too much product, you're charging premium for that product. It's the opposite. When you have too much product, you're giving a good price to move the product. We are really just weird times. I call it interesting times, more than ever. All right, so here we go. Listen to the truck here. Listen to this thing. You don't get that. These diesel vehicles, unless you're really modifying, which I'm not into that. That diesel exhaust, the coal burners, as they call them. But these diesel engine trucks, that's something I kind of miss over my F-350 gas Tremor 7.3 gas Godzilla motor. Yeah, it was a Godzilla and drinking gas. If you watch any of my tow videos on that one, oh my gosh. Can you even imagine? 7 miles per gallon. Yeah, well, my V6 F-150 Tremor isn't much better in all reality. It's kind of hard to believe. Think about it. V8 over a V6. It's not like the V6 Tremor gas motor was getting 10 miles per gallon and the Tremor Godzilla was getting 6 or 7. Alright, follow me along. Another thing that I was kind of talking about yesterday in my EV electric conversations, Green Agenda, I'm really befuddled right now in what Elon Musk is doing. Elon Musk, who has really, had some pretty, incredible success on getting the electric vehicle market kind of going. And he really has relied heavily on the governing bodies of this country and the world of being more green agenda driven than ever before. And to the point, even the government gave Elon Musk $1 billion to get Tesla going, and they give him all the green energy Tesla carbon footprint subsidies, meaning that if you're an auto manufacturer and your manufacturing is not meeting the EPA overall guidelines, you have to pay Elon Musk, Tesla, you have to buy their tax credits instead of getting penalized even heavily from the governing bodies of your EPA mandates you're not meeting. So for Elon, he's making a lot of money from the governing, world bodies of the world. But yet here lately, whether you realize it or not, Elon is getting very social, the Twitter deal. He's getting very noisy on government policies and governing bodies. He's borderline starting to attack the governing bodies, which have been the bodies that have given him his wealth. I mean, what's going on here? And I just read an article last night that he is actually accumulating a huge team of lawyers and borderline attackers of the governing body. He's getting ready to start attacking our governing bodies of this country, and to do what's he doing? What is Elon Musk more than ever doing? I'd love to hear some comments that people watch my channel. And once again, I have to emphasize, this is not a political channel. I'm a car channel. But Elon Musk is a car guy. And the guy is getting very, to me, borderline radical and going a whole different direction in the social media platform that I think is going to circumvent his green agenda, portfolio. So what is Elon Musk trying to accomplish? Where this is factual. He is accumulating, he's putting together a team of people to start challenging our governing bodies and how they're governing this country. I mean, so, what is Elon Musk up to? Why does he want Twitter? Part of me said back in some conversations earlier, it's all about artificial intelligence. He's trying to figure out our emotional feelings. We already know he has that from his Tesla cars that he sells that video everything of you driving the car. Not only you driving the vehicle down the road of the car, but it watches you as well, your interactions. So what's Elon Musk's goals? And I really think he's exposing himself. His mother's very concerned for his safety and well-being. And the other thing is he's in with China. So, he has a China relationship, probably bigger than many other companies to a degree, besides Jeff Bezos. So what is going on? It's just interesting times. All right. Do I get the guys lunch today? Do I do that for the guys at LA Tint, Manassas, Virginia? Some here may be like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You had an F-350 Tremor truck, gas, Godzilla, that was a really nice setup, but yet you sold it. But now you have an F-250 Tremor truck, diesel. What the hell is that all about, right? I know if I was on the other side of the camera here and watching my YouTube channels, you'd be like, this just makes no sense. Yeah, I hear you. I don't disagree. For the average person, I'm sure they'd be like, why the hell did you sell your gas F-350? And, I just got in this mission over a year ago of getting an F-250 Tremor truck because it just has a little softer suspension. This has one less leaf spring in the back end. And that F-350, even though for an F-350 one-ton truck, it was respectable on the ride of that vehicle, but at the same time, just a little too stiff. I just felt like the F-250 would be a little bit more comfortable. So I just kind of got stuck in my head that I want to, go out and get an F-250 Tremor truck. But at that time, over a year ago, I was really still on the page of getting the gas Godzilla motor. And I really came so close 2 times to picking up the F-250 Tremor gas setup, because I think it's a little more free-spirited because the front end of the truck, the diesel engine setup to the gas engine setup is like an 800-pound difference in the front end. That's no lie. That diesel engine weight, and it's I even say to myself right now, saying that, no way. Yes, it's factual. So, but what happened is my F-150 V6 Tremor taught me a lesson about how the F-350 Godzilla motor didn't pull as well as my V6 F-150 did. And that was a total eye-opener. And, the Godzilla, of course, drinks more gas than a diesel does. But the way that transmission's geared in that F-350 over the F-150 Tremor, it's like night and day. I was just blown away on how that F-150 Tremor truck outpulls that F-350. No, it's not going to outpull it in the highest weights as far as handling the weights. But that F-150 Tremor truck is a 12K capability. I wouldn't do that. I would do, I did like the 7,000 pound, trailer pull. That's what I did. And, back-to-back pulls of the F-350 over the F-150, the F-150 pulled better and even got better fuel mileage. So it really made me wake up and realize, do I really want another Godzilla motor in an F-250 truck? Because my real goal was, hey, I'm going to have the F250, F350, F150, and I even had the Ranger. I had the whole Ranger, or I should say the whole Tremor lineup of trucks. But that F-150 Tremor opened my eyes up, and I got to thinking, you know what? Since I sold my F450 that I used to tow my big car hauler back and forth to Florida and Tennessee, that's my 12K trailer, which holds my car and bikes at the same time. My other 7K only holds one or the other, the car or the bikes. So it made me kind of step back and go, you know what? The F450 diesel truck, I got really good money for that. And it's just too much truck to just drive around in it. It's just too much. The dualies are just too much. So I really got in the page. I'd rather have a single axle, diesel, single wheel, I should say, setup. And that's why I kind of went back to, wait a second, why don't I just get a F250 diesel? And at that time, I was on the page of getting rid of the F350. But at the same time, once I got the F250, I kind of started thinking, why do I need the F350? And even my daughter was really bummed, but I just felt like, I got a really good value on that truck to sell it back to Coons Showing Ford, which that's what I did. I sold it back, and, well, I should say, I traded it for the Mach 1. My kid, it's kind of like a tit for tat. My kid totaled my bullet, right? So in the end, I took the F350 and got back, which I really wasn't planning on doing, the Mach 1. So, it's all, but at the end of the day, it's all good. But I'm just kind of going back to how nice this F250 diesel setup truck is. And it's just so comfortable. It's a platinum package. And, so here's what I'm trying to kind of convey is when you think you know what you want, sometimes you don't know what you want. So in the end, you actually get what you really needed in the end, right? All right, so here's a major road in this DC area. I mean, I'm just telling you, this is a Monday. Now, typically Mondays are like the busiest day of, I'd say Fridays as far as the busiest travel day and work day, but Mondays are typically your busiest go back to work day. Tuesdays are your lighter days. Wednesday is, a decent day. Thursday's pretty good. Friday's a heavy day. So with me living on these roads, which, I live on the roads. And where is everybody? I mean, just, where is everybody gone? What is going on? And once again, I know everybody that's watched my videos, everybody forgets. Everybody forgets the way it was. We all forget things. That's just how we are as humans. I mean, it's just incredible. So this truck, 35 horsepower, so 1,000 or 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. I can't even keep track anymore with the freaking power of these motors and this technology, these vehicles. I mean, it's just incredible. But somebody be like, yeah, that road's pretty busy. It's not. These roads are usually just jammed. I mean, once again, I know you'd be watching video like, yeah, right. Okay. Well, why would I be talking about it? I mean, and the reason I'm bringing all this up. The reason I'm bringing this up is, why are you paying all this money for this fuel when it's not being used like it used to be? I mean, I'm just telling you right now, the fuel station industry is 30% down. And why do I say that? Well, it's proportional. Retail sales last week were disclosed by the big major retailers. They're down like 27%, basically 30% across the board. Why? Okay? Why is everything so expensive? I mean, think this through, everybody. If people are buying less stuff, why are you paying more? I mean, is anybody connecting the dots here, what's going on in this country? I'm sorry. Big business, more than ever, is controlling this country. It's not good. So, yeah. Once again, is anybody thinking this through? And yeah, and the media will tell you things. Yeah, right. Hey, but anyways, just go see my fuel mileage is now after I just reset it 3 minutes ago, right? Yeah, how expensive is this, right? I think I'll get lunch too. You know, I get to thinking to myself after I just talk about how the supply and demand. I mean, are these big businesses fooling everybody? I mean, come on. I mean, I know there's supply chain issues. I get all that. But they're not selling as much. So how do you resolve your volume pricing and your volume sales? You don't get any more. And you get less. Well, just raise your rates. So it's the same end result for profits, if not more. It's more, actually, if you have less workers. All right.
All right, continue, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, kind of stop and think this through. I know for a fact, car dealerships sell half the inventory they used to, but yet their profits are double, they're conservative double. I think potentially triple, quadruple in certain some scenarios. So for the car dealers, yeah, they're selling half their product, but their profits are as good or better than they used to be. Got to pay up now. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, once again, here's the conversation today is we've got supply and demand issues, we've got fuel prices, we've got big government, we've got big business. I mean, at some point, you know, when does somebody raise their hand and start saying, this just doesn't make any sense? You know, and I get some people like, yeah, I mean, I know there's so many variables, but at the same time, I think you're foolish to think that the country is just rolling along and everything's fine and dandy. It's not. You know, being I'm such a car enthusiast, motorhead, you know, I'm witnessing what's, you know, happening. All right, look at that there, huh? Isn't that nice? That makes life a little easier, doesn't it? And the big badass F-250 Ford truck. Right, so somebody like the continuing rambling on. What the hell are you doing today in the video, Ice Age TV? Well, the reason I talk about this stuff is I'm the constant guy buying and selling cars. Yeah, I mean, beyond crazy. And I talked a few nights ago about, do I sell my F-150 truck right now? And I've got a Toyota Avalon I want to get rid of. And the reason I'm talking all this financial havoc is, you know, when does the used car market change? You know, how much longer does the used car market, as we all know, April sales for used car market was down like 21%. And, you know, and that's significant. Is it going to be the same for May? I have no idea. You know, May is usually a pretty good month. People are buying their kids graduation gifts. Yeah, who did that, right? Who's got a Mustang, right? But no, it really wasn't. That really wasn't what that was. But the kid says, yeah, that's what it is. So, okay, that works for me. So, you know, so for me, I'm waiting on my F-150 Lightning truck, which, yeah, we all know these stories. Order something, and when do you get it? And I've been checking Ford's website over and over again. It was supposed to be built the week of May 9th. Well, for the record, it just still shows it being in production, you know, over a week later. Yeah, over a week later. It's like, yeah, okay, but what's going on? Are you guys actually building it? And a lot of guys at the dealership are telling me it's going to be July, August before you get it. So here's the thing. Let's just say I set it out, and in July, August, I pick up my F-150 Lightning truck, and I want to sell my F-150 Tremor. I mean, I'd really kind of have a hard time believing in July or August that my F-150 Tremor truck still wouldn't be a hot item in general, just because Ford can't pump out the trucks. So, you know, so do I get rid of it now because of me thinking it's not going to have great value in July or August? I don't know. My Toyota Avalon, now that's, even that, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure most people are like, look, it's just like the housing industry. I mean, oh my God, what the heck? I mean, come on. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, nah, there's no way it's going to lose a lot of value anytime soon. Which, you know, I don't think it's going to lose any value anytime soon, but I think that definitely the changes are happening. You know, I don't think your house that is going to be worth, you know, 200 grand less tomorrow. You know, year from now? I don't know, man. I don't know. Interesting times, right? As I go to LA Tint Manassas, get the windows tinted out on my F-250 Tremor truck, and eating my words on the fuel mileage so far, right? Yeah. I'd say, I don't know. I mean, my thoughts are 15, 16. And where the pain is, when you go to fill this truck up, I think this truck I don't think this has a bigger fuel tank in it. But boy, like my diesel F450 I had, that truck had I think a 42-gallon tank or 44-gallon tank. It's $6 per gallon. Times, let's just say 40 gallons. That's $240. Wow. This thing here, I think it's got either a 34. I think this is a 34-gallon tank, maybe a 38. But so even at 30 gallons, you're at $180. Yikes. So we come into Manassas here. Let's just see what the fuel prices are. So diesel, $4.59. Diesel is $5.65. So it's $5.99 in a lot of other places, even $6 plus. But look here, I mean, just the traffic, man. Where is everybody? I'm just telling you, it isn't what it used to be. I should have had my video on. There's a used car lot up here. It's got a ton of custom trucks on the lot. Here's this guy's lot. So, what's that all about? I mean, as well as I do, you go to buy a used custom truck. That place lost its business years ago during the pandemic. That was a huge used car lot. They went kaput. All right, we're here up to Lindsay Manassas Dodge. Well, I tell you what, I had a terrible experience at that location. Now look here, how they doing on inventory. It's light, like everything else. They're building a brand new Volkswagen dealership right up the street here. Future home of Lindsay Volkswagen. Hey, why didn't I go to that McDonald's? Duh. Be that much closer for them to have warmer food, right? I guess 5 minutes makes that much of a difference. I was talking about this car wash the other day. That's just beyond believable that car wash is closed. What the heck is this? That used to be a Roy Rogers. There's Sheets, $5.65 for diesel. Now, coming up to LA Tint here in Manassas. Now, what do? I'm just going to do the two sides, front sides. Kind of be nice to get the back window tinted out as well. I don't feel like spending the damn money. I can get the two fronts here done for like $140. You throw in that rear one, it turns into like a $350 bill. But hey, LA Tint guys, can you help me out? How many times I bought you lunch now? Jeez, where's the lovin'? How are they today? There's that Hyundai dealer, just empty with product. Oh, so let's get in here. And yep, see these guys? They rock and roll, man. These guys have no reflection. I mean, these guys are by no means hurting for business. Brand new Tundra. That's pretty cool. Let's see if I get bumped in with my lunch. Hey, I'm parked next to a nice new Tundra. This looks like a really nice truck. I mean, I like it. But boy, I tell you, the reviews have not been that great on it. They kind of make it sound like it's a little too truckish. And fuel mileage apparently is really not that great, like 14 miles per gallon. But, I mean, I think it looks pretty cool. I like the look of it. Me, I'd trade my Avalon for one of those, right? And then do the review on that. How about that idea? Yeah, if it wasn't for the crazy car prices these guys want for those things, I would consider it. But they want too much damn money. There's a Hyundai dealer. All right, so we're going 30 on the 15, right? 15 on the sides, 15 on the front window. Never done the window strip visor type of thing. That's kind of exciting. I'm surprised Mr. Travis here didn't like take more of my money and have me do that more often. What is wrong with this guy? Jeez. All right, here we are. What number is this? 57? 58? I like it. I like the front windshield look too. So hey, LA Tint, Manassas, Virginia. You want to get your tint done, and they're reasonable pricing. So it's an investment to your car. I highly recommend these guys. They really do know what they're doing. They make it look easy, that's for sure. Now my main man here is making giggly comments about me, but that's okay. So I swear this is 58. I think last time you said 56. You said 56 in the one before. Who's doing the bookkeeping around here? That's what I want to know.
Let's see here.
All right, so what do we got? 56?
Yeah.
So is today 57 then?
Yeah, today's going to be 57.
And when I get to 500, I get a free tint?
When you get to 500, you get charged double. Because you got too much money.
Yeah, no, you have my money. That's the real story. Breaking news. Travis here thinks he's found me in another section. Oh my gosh. This is going to be scary.
No, that's the same one. The 46 here, 10 on the other. 56.
56. This is number 57.
Yep.
Okay. All right, how about this look? Definitely gives the interior a much darker theme. I'm liking it. That's awesome. You know, I can't believe that Travis back there at LA Tint hasn't been upselling me on this front windshield tint. Because I would have done it. I mean, I just don't doubt in my mind that it's not a lot of money, and it really is nice, and it's legal. So, you know, really good job there. I really do like LA Tint. They do a great job. And there's a lot of people that are doing this stuff on the side. And yeah, I mean, I know you can find somebody do it for less, but at the same time, it's a long-term investment in your car, and it's not that radically expensive. So it's $200 to do my two sides and my front windshield. And I know some people watching the channel, like, oh, I bet you get that done somewhere else for $100. Yeah, probably. But, it's all good. Well, I like supporting others. It makes reasonable, makes all sense. You know what I mean? Famous last words. Well, here we go. Sitting in traffic. Eat my own words, right? Eat your own words day. Yeah. Told you the fuel mileage wouldn't be that great. Oh, we're down to 19.6. It's going down. Now stuck in construction. So I just got an email from my John Deere dealer that my zero-turn lawnmower is going to be here like any day. I think it's going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, so what's the John Deere zero-turn mower all about? Get this. Last fall, I put an order in on John Deere's website for a, I believe a 944R diesel zero-turn lawnmower. And I optioned it out with a 72-inch deck and wheels. That's the the plastic, rear wheels for it. And I tell you, I had a hard time getting a confirmation on the price that I'd pay for that, because my position was last fall that everything's gonna be more expensive this year, and I want to lock in my order and get the better price. And I'll take the unit right now, but you couldn't get the unit because we know of the supply chain issues that we all talk about every day of our life. And so now what's interesting is a gentleman I worked with for years and years, a John Deere dealer, he retired this past December, and I didn't know that. And I just realized that here a few months back. And so now another salesperson is taking my account, and he called me here like a week ago. It's kind of a weird call, and he left a message about, was I interested in that lawnmower? And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I freaking ordered the thing November last year, and I've had many phone calls to dealership, unbeknownst to him, because the general manager down there is not, I think, communicating what's going on, because I'm dealing with the GM now. I'm not dealing with the sales guy. So anyways, so I called the guy back, and he's like, well, I just want to make sure you want this unit because we didn't know if you'd want it or not. And I'm thinking, yeah, if anybody knows right now the challenges to buy equipment, yeah, you get this conversation. I'm thinking, hell yeah, I want that unit. I mean, I right now could buy this unit, just turn around, flip it, and sell it, make money, and I'm not going to do that. But I mean, like, good Lord, man, I've been waiting for this thing for quite a while, and now even to the point, do I sell my other zero-turn 970 series gas engine lawnmower, which I don't know if I want to do that, even though I can get close to what I paid for it, you know, going in 4 seasons later. It's just insane where we are in pricing for everything. It's incredible. It's just beyond believable, more than ever, that material things have incredible value. You know, how long does it last, right? So anyways, I'm going to make a call here and see what the heck's going on, because he just emailed me some information, and let me check that out in my next purchase, right? If we include that purchase, how many vehicles? How many window tints? Oh, get this. So years ago, I used to pay cash for my window tint, because if you don't make it legal, technically they don't want accountability on this stuff. So the 57 isn't even accurate. I honestly could be at 65 or 70. Oh my God. Yeah, in the last 8 years, I'd say conservative 8 years, 2014, when I started going there, maybe 2012 or 13, but anyways, I could be at 70 plus window tints at that location. And do I get one free one? And I'm not buying everybody lunch? What's wrong with you, right? What's wrong with me? Yikes. Wow. So what a phone call. Good Lord. I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. So this is no lie. Last fall, I put an order in for a John Deere zero-turn mower, and I really wanted to get the lawnmower last fall because my gut instinct was you're going to pay a lot more money for it this spring, and if anything, I just want to get it because I know it's going to be challenging. So I went back and forth with my local John dealer, where they had to call John Deere corporate and argue with them about how I put an online order November 12th of 2021, and I was told a price on a lawnmower, and that's the price I'm going to pay. And so I went round and round, you know, for months. I never even got a real direct answer. So just now, I'm finally getting the answer from last year when I ordered this lawnmower, that John Deere did honor that price on the internet that I built my machine, and they're going to let the John Deere dealer sell it to last fall's price. So I just talked to the salesman, and I said, well, I'm just now really curious. Had I not done that, how much more would this lawnmower be today if I was to price it out all over again and start all over? And he said it'd be $2,200 more. Huh. Oh, man, it's just, you know, everybody, where is all the money coming from? I'm going to tell you right now, you know, it's not a political statement, but here's the reality. With this government giving away so much freaking free money, beyond free money, it's destroying this country. People don't understand. When people get free money, they'll pay whatever they'll pay because it's not their money. Or if they get money for nothing to use somebody else's money, they'll pay more for things because it's not their money. It's just insane where we are, everybody. And the hard lessons getting ready to be taught to everybody again, that this free money has driven prices through the roof, and the hardships are going to have to come to reset the reality of the monies that people just don't have. It's just maddening. It's bad. It's really sad, really. But anyways, there you go. So, yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about, right? Why'd I do that last fall? Yeah, I know. So I knew this is what would happen this year. All right, now it's gone to lawnmower conversations. What the hell is your YouTube channel? Is it a car channel? No, wait a second. It's a lawnmower channel. No, wait a second. It's a economics channel. All right, it's a Costco time, and it's not that I can get diesel at Costco. You know, Sam's Club, you can get diesel. So let's see how Costco's doing today. Now, this is a Monday. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that this is light. For those gas pumps not to be lined up right now, I mean, that is light. And for me, the Costco here is nothing like it used to be on the business. I mean, sure, you know, don't get me wrong, there's people here. I get all that. But it's not like it used to be. You know, that's my point of my conversations is it's very easy to think, oh, everything's, you know, it's fine. It's not. You know, everybody's taking a hit. Wowsker. I used to think, I think I paid like 90. Could be wrong on that, like a year ago. And then this here, I think I paid about 40 for those. I think the boxes are smaller. So that's just crazy. So yeah, did I buy it? Yeah, we got a above ground pool. If you don't do that, it's gonna be nasty, but good Lord. So that's gonna be 190, 250. Like a year ago, that probably was like 180, my guess. Costco. Who goes to Costco, right? Wow, it's easy to spend money, isn't it? Between Costco and Target, at $4.40 today. Yikes. All right, heading back in, and some people are like, aha, there's your traffic. Yeah. No, you go back pre-pandemic, and this traffic would be backed up way back up there near Costco. So this is Route 15. What's crazy is that they're getting ready to widen this road and actually do a little bypass on the road, and which, you know, I think is, you know, a good idea. But at the same time, this road's traffic isn't anything like it used to be. I mean, it's not as crazy. Sure, it gets backed up a little bit, but it's nothing as radical as it used to be. And, you know, you just have to ask yourself, where are we going in the transportation sector of this country? I mean, I just think more and more people are going to be staying home, personally. It's just crazy how, you know, yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about how we've advanced so much and so far in technology where, you know, you go 100 years ago and mankind was walking around and on a horse and buggy. And here we are 100 years later, and we've got incredible, you know, ways to get around. But yet, more than ever, people are now kind of reversing the trend of being out and about and staying home. I mean, yeah, does this make any sense? So you think that through, that 100 years ago, to go somewhere was a major undertaking of a project. You know, now today, you can go like anywhere in rapid, you know, speeds, and oh my gosh. But yet, we're transitioning back to possibly a third of the workforce or more doesn't even drive around anymore. It just stays at home. Oh, yeah. It just doesn't make any sense, anybody. Connect the dots, that's my saying. Well, anyways, I hope everybody's enjoyed my YouTube channel today of just kind of the nonchalant talk around different things, if you know what I mean. I'm just sharing what's on my mind, and, you know, it's just, I think, interesting to talk about what we're seeing more than ever today in our society that's just befuddling, to say the least. You know, what do you believe, right? So next time I'll bring another story and another adventure of maybe a lawnmower. Is it gonna be the add another vehicle lawnmower story? Yeah, we'll see. Hey, hope everybody has a great, blessed day and stay safe.